What to do when dealing with a Karen. Karens can be exhausting. They're just too good at sucking your energy. You can never escape Karens. At some point in your life, they'll mess with your emotional life. So is there a perfect way to deal with them and not let them suck the energy out of you? Welcome. This is a platform for everything entertaining. And today we'll be going through what to do when dealing with a Karen. So let's start the video by watching some insensitive Karen clips. Get off my property. This Karen gets insane and won't get off the man's property. She takes off some photos and threatens the man that she's going to send these pictures to the HOA. The guy keeps telling her to do whatever she wants, but just step off my property. But no matter what he says, she won't listen to him. Now let's jump into the original clip.
I have my rights to be on your property take pictures because I do the HOA.
This is an example of how violent they can get. They'll do whatever they want to do and won't even care if they're violating your rights. Won't give you a ride. This Karen's completely out of her senses. She wanted a lift from the trash collector, but he simply refused to give it to her. After that, she gets in a rage and starts trash-talking him, but no matter what she says or whatever she spills out, he just won't give her a ride. After that, she starts acting like a crazy chicken. This clip's worth watching, so let's jump into it. Create up a scene. Now it's time to create something similar to what we've seen. My favorite one is the parking Karen because this is something that can happen to every single person. So let's create something up. You enter a public parking zone, you see a vacant space, decide to park there. But just as you're halfway through parking your car, a Karen catches up with you, telling you that she has this spot reserved for her. And you're like, hey, I'm halfway through and this is a public parking lot. You can't have it reserved. But no matter what you say, she keeps telling you that it's her space. To make things even more interesting, let's add up a twist. She doesn't even have a car right now. She keeps telling you that her boyfriend will be here any minute. Like a normal person like me, you won't give her the spot. Like, why the heck should I make you feel superior over me? On the bright side, she won't stop cursing you. You'd feel like I should get out and snap her neck or put her in her place, but hey, don't even think about doing something so insensible like her. With all this crazy stuff around, I'm not even mentioning that she'll call the cops and give them your license plate number. With this story on our shelf, let's start discussing how to handle such situations. The first thing you should do is have them on camera. I'm not saying to start recording the Karen just so you could share it on social media. Have them on the camera so that you can exhibit the recording to the police later. This will be the only witness which will favor you in those hard situations. Apart from that, you can just share it with the world to bring $1 million smile to millions of faces. The people need to know about such Karens so that they'll have a better understanding of what they're dealing with. But just having them on camera isn't an option when they're rushing over you and cursing. So what should you do next? Shut them with style. Before we go exploring the ways you can handle them, you should never be furious with them. You get to be smart, civilized, amusing, and entertaining. You just will start acting like a Karen. What would be the difference between you two? So handle the situation like a gentleman. In simple words, make them feel like they're not on your level. This is a perfect way to handle them. Take your time. Everyone has that one friend who's too good at speaking. No matter what the situation, he'll always find an amusing workaround. They can process information in milliseconds. Now, not everyone is like them. If you're slow at processing information, just like me, that's okay. Just take your time processing what's happening. Take your time to assess the situation. Respond to the situation, not the person. Most of the time, the Karen will be senseless. She'll be telling you that the spot belongs to her and she's been parking there for years. Now, the next thing she does is call you bad names. What should you do now? You shall respond to the situation, not the Karen. Let me tell you what that means. When she starts cursing you, don't start with her. Make her calm down by telling her that this is not her freaking business and command her to stop judging you right away. Make her feel like she's not the center of the world. But with all these strategies, you're only fueling the fire. Is there any way to de-escalate the situation? The best thing about Karens is that they can't be corrected. No matter what you say, they just won't care. So if the conversation heats up and you're sick and tired with her, the first thing you need to do is call the authorities. This is a perfect exit strategy. Explain to them about the situation in front of Karen. Most of the time, they'd say they don't care and that you're the one who's violating the law. But no matter whatever they say, deep down they know they're not doing the right thing. So call them right away because they're the perfect exit strategy. Stay calm and don't care. If you're the kind of person who's good at ignoring people and just doesn't give a damn from the start, I know this is something that I should have said earlier, but most of us are not that good in such situations. They just won't ignore them on purpose when they start minding your business, so I had to mention the other way around. But if you stay calm and don't give a damn about what they're saying, just don't bother with them. I'm saying to go along with them and do whatever they say. Just do whatever you were about to do and ignore them. Make them feel that they're not on your level or worth talking to. Apart from that, don't even think about fighting them or considering breaking their nose. Encountering a female Karen is the worst thing that happens to you. But if you go physical with them, this'll make things worse for you. The law will probably drop you to your knees, so attacking them is forbidden. So far, we've been missing something, and that's male Karens. Therefore, next up comes how to deal with the male Karen. Although male Karens are so little in number, this doesn't mean you won't get in an argument with one, so what should you do next? If you're a woman, then you're safe and can apply the above strategy to put them down because they won't even dare to touch you. But if you're a man, then you can also apply the same methods, but they come with a condition, and that's fighting. They're most likely to attack you no matter what you do or what you say. Not only will you need to call the police as you see the situation is getting out of control, but you'll also have to fight them. Remember that you're on the defensive, not on the offensive, to keep things crystal clear. So if they attack you, defend yourself to de-escalate the situation without hurting them. Therefore, our last question, is there a perfect martial art to deal with them? Instead of just one, there are so many to choose from on the list of safest martial arts. But before we move on to them, you should know that martial arts are only safest when you want them to be. If you don't want to hurt the other person, but just to show them they can't match you, you can go with any kind of martial arts. But let's discuss some of the safest martial arts. The first one we have is judo. It's not only effective, but it's also comprised of grappling and throwing. So this makes it kind of ideal. Just be careful while throwing them on the cold concrete. You don't want to make it harder for yourself. The other we have is soft move martial art, and that's Wing Chun. Wing Chun is known famously for its soft move style, although it can be pretty deadly. But if you're careful with it, it can be pretty effective. Because with the soft move, you'll only need a small amount of force to deflect an attack. So it makes it ideal if the opponent is greater in size than you. The last one we have is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which itself means gentle art. BJJ is not comprised of strikes, but submissions and holds. So if you don't want your opponent to get hurt and bleed, BJJ is the only option. It'll not even teach the male Karen a hardcore lesson. But at the end of the fight, they'll be just fine without a single bruise on their body. So BJJ is the best of all while dealing with the male Karen. I'm sorry to say, guys, but you've reached the end of our Karen Teaching a Lesson video. Now, don't forget to mention your thoughts in the comments section. Lastly, if you admired our video, press the like button and subscribe to our channel for more sports and entertainment videos. We'll see you in the next one.